The next topic is physical and chemical change. We have already studied the matter is made up of different particles, which includes atoms, and they combine to form molecules, elements, substances, so and so. So they all are having different in their properties. Why they are special? Why they are different in their properties? Because they have different physical appearance as well as their chemical compositions. Okay, 118 elements of the periodic table, they all are having different kind of physical and chemical arrangements. That is why they are different from each other. For example, hydrogen is present in a gaseous state, whereas sodium is present in a solid state. It is a pseudo solid, and tungsten is the hardest one metal. So why they are different? Because of their chemical properties. They have in similar way I can say that these properties are responsible for their to make them more special and different from others. Now come to their physical and chemical changes. Now change means in day-to-day life we come across through different types of reactions. Okay, so reaction like eating, digestion. Okay, it is known as biological reaction. Whenever burning of wood takes place, charcoal takes place, that is a chemical reaction. Respiration is again a biological chemical reaction. And in the atmosphere or in universe we come across through different types of reaction. They are physical reactions. So in day-to-day life we come across to different types of reactions. These are all happen because of the physical and chemical changes. Now, physical change. The first important point is the arrangement of the molecules and the particles remains the same when the change takes place. Whenever any substance change their physical appearance, structure without undergoing any chemical change, any chemical arrangement change, that is known as physical change. Okay, simply the example is, if I tear this paper, so the size of the paper is changed, but the chemical composition remains the same, and so this is known as simply the physical change. Okay, this is the example of physical change. Also, the melting of wax, the melting of ice, freezing of water, breaking of this wood, they all are showing the change in their appearance, in their size, in their structure, but not in their chemical composition. So this is known as physical change. Now come to the chemical one. Whenever the molecular composition changes completely and new substance formed is known as chemical change. As we know that when I tear this paper, no new substance is formed. The paper, this is also paper, this is also paper, because their chemical composition is same. Only their size is changed. But in case of chemical change, there should be a change in their chemical composition or molecular arrangements, and new substance has to be formed. For example, digestion of food, respiration, okay, photosynthesis, right? Burning of a candle, burning of a petroleum, burning of a paper. If I burn this paper, definitely the composition, chemical composition will change, because the paper becomes ash. The paper becomes ash, and the ash is a new substance. It has a different property, and the paper has different property, chemical property. So the burning of paper is an example of chemical change. Okay, so I hope the basic definition is clear to you. Let's move to the next part. Examples, as I already gave many examples. So rusting is an example of chemical change, and boiling of water is an example of physical change, but burning of candle is both. Why? Because when the candle burns, two different processes takes place. First change is the melting of the wax takes place. So the melting of the wax is an example of physical change, right? But the thread which is burning, the chemical composition of the thread becomes changed. Okay, it produce lots amount of heat, light, some gases, water vapor. So the chemical composition of the thread changes, wick changes, hence it is chemical change. Right? I hope this is clear. Now move to the next, reversibility. Next point is reversibility. In physical change, they are easily reversible. They can be recovered. I can say recovered in the sense like if I tape them, so definitely I'll get the new size, because the chemical composition is same and they both are piece of paper. So recovery can be done in case of physical change, so it is reversible. But in case of chemical change, if I burn the candle wick, if I burn this paper, from the ash I cannot reform the paper again, because the ash composition is different and paper chemical composition is different completely. So it cannot be recovered. In simple term, it is known as irreversible. So chemical changes are always irreversible. Next point is formation of new substance. Yes, we already discussed that in physical change no new substance is formed, but in case of chemical change new substance forms. There may be one or more. Now the next type of change. In physical change, the change is temporary change, and in chemical change it is permanent. Once the paper is burnt, the ash is formed, it will not be recovered, so it is a permanent change. But in case of physical change, yes, I can paste both the papers back with the help of tape or glue, so I'll get this may be a temporary. Okay. Energy production, this is very important. In physical change, no energy is produced. When I tear this paper, the energy is not produced. But when I burn the coal, petroleum, LPG, methane, butane, okay, and candle as well, the lots amount of heat, light, sometimes sound they produce. So energy in some another form it's produced. Heat, light, sound, they all are a form of energies. We studied in class 8 this light and sound chapter. Now come to the absorption of energy. In absorption of energy, physical change involves very little or no absorption of energy. In this process, the whole process, tearing to taping back, there is no absorption or liberation of energy takes place. But in case of chemical reaction, lots of amount of absorption and evolution of energy takes place. When we burn the LPG or petroleum, we require energy to provide them to burn, to reach to their ignition temperature. Children, I had explained this ignition temperature concept in our 8th class, that every combustible substance has to reach to its ignition temperature to burn, and all compounds are having different ignition temperatures. So LPG, petroleum, coal, gas, wood, paper, for burning to all these materials, they have to get or absorb some amount of energy to reach to their ignition temperature, and then the burning process takes place, combustion takes place. So I can say that in chemical reaction always absorption and evolution of energy takes place. The last point affects physical changes only affect the physical properties like shape, size and all, the physical appearance basically. But in case of chemical change, both physical and chemical properties of the substance changed, in mainly the composition, the arrangement of the particles. I hope this is very much clear to everybody. Thank you so much. Be happy, be safe, be at your home. Take care. Bye.